Hey guys, welcome to my technique of the week. We are here officially at True Style Jiu-Jitsu and Fitness, Team True Style, but I've got, of course, Diana from Team Tacoma, my amazing videographer, student friend, and demo dummy for today. So we're gonna talk about side control. We're working from what my coach likes to call this side control position, the rib to rib, the Burt Reynolds side control. Also in judo known as the Kuzure Keisakatami. I hope I didn't mess that up. Is that right, Diana? Right. So here what I really want to be mindful of is getting rib to rib contact, right? Nice pressure on the chest. I'm gripping up on the tricep and I'm getting an underhook shoulder control on the other side. If you're in the gi, you can grab the collar, okay? So here I'm really lifting my butt and putting my weight onto her to make it very uncomfortable on her chest and diaphragm. I don't want to release my weight into the mat. If so, she could start framing and escaping, shrimping, and I'm not going to follow her. So this is a great way. I want, keep my head low, my body heavy, and I could stick with her if she moves, wherever she goes. So a great option to attack is utilizing this near side arm, right? We've got lots of things we'll talk about this arm later, but this arm, it's here, it's great, and it's close. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scooch my knee a little bit deeper underneath her shoulder and her arm, and I'm gonna grip this a couple different ways for two different finishes. I'm gonna grab the wrist. Okay, so I wanna grab her wrist, but I'm kind of forcing the rotation with the wrist to make sure her thumb is towards the ceiling, right? If she can turn this out, this is gonna be a different option. We'll talk about secondary, but her arm's not gonna be straight, so it's not gonna lock in. So I'm forcing the rotation, so I'm going with this thumb down grip, and I'm forcing the rotation, and I'm gonna bring her hand or her arm right onto my thigh, just like a pillow. Then I'm gonna take my top foot, and I'm bringing my heel back to my butt, and I'm gonna stay on my toesies. I'm on active toes also with this bottom leg. From here, just like a seesaw, I'm gonna bring my top knee down as I lift my bottom knee. Tap. Okay, and there's the tap. You're putting a ton of pressure. I'm really trying to isolate the wrist. You could see the thumb is up towards the ceiling. You can always hold the wrist here too if you need to adjust. I'm underneath her tricep, and that's allowing me to put pressure and hyperextend that elbow. I go down and up, right there, okay? Now, we're gonna talk about our next movement. Maybe I can't really grip the arm like this. Maybe she's bending, she's fighting, right? She's got this frame. I'm gonna grab with this thumb down grip, okay? So her palm is up. So from here, she's almost kind of in this Americana configuration. She's got a bend to her elbow. I'm gonna bring her arm down to the mat, try and force it if I can, and I'm gonna take my bottom, you can see she's already bracing for the tap. I'm gonna take my bottom foot and put it on top of her wrist. I can then take my other leg to kind of lock it in and almost triangle it. She's really holding out here. I'm gonna take my bottom heel and drive it to the mat slowly, and I'm gonna lift my hip right there. Ever so gently, right? You wanna be super cautious with your training partner. Here, your partner is gonna feel this one a little bit more on the shoulder. So once we're here, a next option that we could look at, maybe, we can't really isolate the arm here, or I really like pulling up on this tricep. I'm gonna get even deeper, but I'm gonna show you guys this at a different angle so you can see. Perfect. So I'm still keeping that weight up, right? Right now I'm kind of relieving pressure for Diana as she's being a great demo dummy. But, I do want my weight on my partner, okay? So from here, I'm pulling up on the arm. This is like a step over arm bar. I'm gonna bring my knee in, up high, and I'm gonna start turning my hips over as I post my foot. I'm not super flexible, so what I can do is use my other hand for an assist. I can kind of inch my heel towards her neck to lock it in place. The whole time I want to keep my elbow tight to my ribs, locking her arm in. I can't be loose and let her arm slip out. This isn't going to work. So I'm keeping it nice and tight, okay? I can get my heel as close to her neck as possible. My other hand can always assist if I need it to. I'm keeping my head, my angle of my torso towards her hip. I bring my knee in closer to me. And now what I'm going to do for the finish is puff my chest, bring my shoulders back, and my elbow towards my ribs and hips forward. And there's the tap. If you feel like her elbow rotates, you can come in and cup the elbow and try and turn it, right? So I can kind of force it and hold it here and then thrust my hips. And there's the tap. If we're here and our partner, right, is kind of framing or coming behind, I can even use this to move the arm, but a lot of times when we get to this position with the underhook, their arm might fall to the side. So from this position, maybe I'm trying to go for the step over armbar, I can't get it, okay? So we're gonna go for a nice, like short side razor armbar here. I'm gonna keep her arm in place by pinching her wrist between my shoulder and my neck. My bottom frame, forearm and wrist, is gonna come right underneath her elbow on the tricep side, okay? I really wanna make sure my blade is underneath. So if I have to adjust my elbow back, I will. I'm gonna gable grip. Okay, I've got this pinch. And now what I wanna do here is just bring my elbows into my body. There's the tap, nice and easy. If I feel like she's rotating, I can take the elbow and rotate it to expose the elbow closer to me so I can see it. And that's gonna lock it and keep it a lot tighter and straighter. Now I bring this wrist right underneath, gable grip, and then I'm just cinching everything in and rotating slightly towards the ceiling with my shoulder.